Hi, my name is Brooke Squad. I'm a stylist, creative director.
My name is Donovan Pierre York. I go by Pierre York. I'm an art director, creative director.
Hey everybody, my name is Julia Cherie Taylor. I am from Los Angeles, California, born and raised, and I'm an actress, a model, and a fashion designer.
My name is Rick Montaño. I'm a designer, creative, multiple mediums, but specifically fashion.
Hi, my name's Nora Biltz. I'm a model, I'm a casting director, I'm a stylist assistant, I'm an artist, I paint, and I'm gonna be an upcoming clothing designer.
My name is Naurella. I'm a painter, singer, artist, to say the least.
I define success by, truly loving what you do and being happy, because if you don't, it's always gonna feel like a task and a job, and you definitely don't want that as a creative.
I think the success should be defined when you are able to work and it not feel like work. Like you can just clock in every day, you stay late, and it never just feels like you're working. I think that's when you've made it. Like that's when it's success. You're making money in your sleep. I think that's what really defines it for me. It should become easier, not harder, eventually.
As a creative, I define success mainly through impact. I mean, money is good and everything, but I feel like your most important job on this earth is to be impactful, to be inspirational, to inspire those around you, people who, that's what art is. When you're creating, it's an expression of yourself, of who you are. So if you can share that with the world and change lives with that, then you're doing a pretty darn good job.
I think success is when you have a vision, a concept, and then you make it come to life, and then it inspires people. Like whether it be a tangible product or just something somebody could see, from vision to product, and like I said, just inspiring. And at the same time, I think multiple successes are when you can do that like consistently over and over again.
I feel like just being able to fully do what I love and just being happy with how my life is going, I feel like that's what true success means to me.
It's like whatever I visualize and I imagine is to put in reality. It's like, how would I say that? Yeah, it's just like to be able to create what's in my mind and to actually live off it.
From everything, art, music, traveling, looking at old magazines, old runway shows, Instagram, Pinterest, like the world is ours. We really can, look at anything and grab inspiration from everything.
Definitely outside. I think I draw a lot of inspiration from like old Vogue magazines, the old Guess ads from the 90s, a lot of TV shows, Martin, Fresh Prince, even HGTV. I watch a lot of HGTV, Fixer Upper. I feel like architectural plays a lot of roles in my work. I love like interior design, things like that. And I just translate it, even if it's just for a music video, we take that taste level and we put it into the set design. Or if it's for a photo shoot, we take, different compositions we've seen, from different films, and we just utilize that to, frame something and make something like perfect,
I draw inspiration from so many people and so many different things, honestly. I can draw inspiration from things I see on social media, from my friends, from my family members, from people even walking down the street, billboards, magazines, anything, honestly. If I like it and if I see it and I get some type of idea or light bulb that pops into my mind, I'm pretty much going to execute it and put it into fruition. So my inspiration comes from anyone and everyone, honestly.
My inspiration is drawn, I think, mainly from my culture, travel. I'm inspired by just people that are just craftsmen of whatever they do. It could be like a little dude down the street that just masters, pottery or whatever. It's just somebody that masters their craft. But I'm very inspired by just culture and just specifically my culture and just traveling and finding out my roots. I think that's what's inspired me the most.
I feel like I can draw inspiration from anything. I feel like there's inspiration from everything. It just depends on how you make things out of it. You could be inspired by a simple conversation. You could be walking down the street, you see something, feel inspired to make art. I just feel like I just get inspired by just random things.
Definitely outside. Outside, my environment, the people that surround me every day, my emotions. That's really where I get the inspiration from.
Memorable. I will say that people always say I dress crazy or I'm dramatic every time I go somewhere, but that's just me. Like, I put on an outfit and I look at it in the mirror and I'm like, how can I make this look as weird and quirky as possible? So anytime I walk into the room, the one thing they're gonna say about me is, damn, she look fly, like her outfit is nice. Like, they're never gonna forget that.
My word would be optimistic. Like, there's no wrong answer for me. Like, I will try an idea, like, you know, if it's within budget. I feel like, you know, let's try to go left. Like, when everyone's going right, let's go left. Let's try to just push the boundary. You know, let's shake shit up. You know, I think that's, you know, kind of like how I work. So I'm very much so just trying to, you know, make an impact with what I do. I really want to make an impact with every piece I design or every image that I put out. I just hope that it changes, you know, how we look at it, how we perceive art.
It's kind of a tough one because there's so many words and I do so much. It would have to be multifaceted, honestly, because I'm an actress, I'm a designer, fashion designer, I'm a model. I also do YouTube, I do a number of things. I'm an all-around great person, friend. So honestly, everything that I pour my heart into, I do it with a passion, and I get bored easily. I really get bored easily. Like, once I do something, I'm already moving on to the next if I'm doing it in the process of it. So my hand needs to be dipped in like many different things at all different times. I feel like that's a creative, like, you know, you're never really focused on one thing at a time because you're just so creative. So you gotta think, you know, you feel me?
The one word that describes me is probably unorthodox. I think the way I create is very different. The way I drop my products, you know, it's not seasonal. Sometimes I drop it online, don't even promote it. So I think it's just very unorthodox in the way I present it, and then just the way I do it all.
I would feel like it would be random. Like, I could go from like something really, really cute and girly, then the next day I could just go for something like really dark and grungy. Just depends on my mood, I feel like.
Versatile. I think I would just see myself as a little chameleon. You know, I like to do everything. I like to learn about everything, and I like to touch everything. So I feel like just because of that, I like to incorporate random things, you know, to just create whatever just gets in my mind.
The method of learning that taught me the most was just assisting in photo shoots and creative projects. I feel like being there and being present in the moment and learning from every situation possible is what helps you grow as a creative in general. And you can grab so much inspiration from all of that, but also YouTube as well, Instagram. I mean, there's so many different outlets that we can grab from nowadays. So like, literally the world is ours, and there's inspiration walking everywhere we go.
I think for me, like, my most memorable moments were watching people work. Like, you know, watching some of the great directors, you know, frame shots, change lenses, you know, like switch lighting, like, you know, do like, you know, superhero type things on set. I feel like those people like really showed me, you know, the possibilities, because, you know, you only learn certain ways to do things. You learn it by the book, by the rule book, and you also have to learn how to break the rules. And I think that's like, you know, me observing those, you know, those masters at work, you know, be it like a Hype Williams or something like that, when you see him call out a different lens and tell a DP, like, let's change it, you know, you just learn how to, you know, move quick and just like, and be able to change things quickly. I think that's what, you know, I really learned so much from just watching people, you know.
Okay, truly my method of learning mainly, it varies. It varies between what I'm trying to learn or what I need to learn. I feel like what knowledge I need to have at the time, and you can never stop knowing. You can never stop growing your brain. So I feel like for me, if I'm doing like fashion designing, sewing a lot, I actually like to look at YouTube videos, and I get all of my techniques and, you know, just different things that I need to do with a sewing machine, or just even different patterns, whatever, from YouTube, and even makeup tutorials, things that regarding beauty, or like hair tutorials or things like that when I'm being a creative on YouTube. That is where I pretty much gain or retain the most information. But honestly, if it comes to like life shit, then my greatest lesson or my greatest method of learning is through experiences. Honestly, you really can't put like a single definition on that, or like you can't really pinpoint that, because you learn from different people all through all walks of life, from your friends, from your relationship, from the things you go through with your family, or just shit you've been through in your life. So I feel like everything that you learn, you take that and you use that to fuel your passion, and you put that, you take your experiences and you take whatever you go through and you pour it into your creative outlets. So that's usually what I do. So
probably trial and error. Usually when I want to learn something, I just dive into it. So by doing that, I figure out what I did wrong, and then I might go to like YouTube, or I might ask somebody's expertise in that thing. But usually it's just trial and error. I dive into it, and then if I'm not good at it, obviously I start seeking other avenues. And then another actual person will probably be my mother. She's she's very good at painting, designing as well. So she's just an overall creative. So she pretty much inspires a lot of my work, and she's helped me actually do a lot of the work too.
And my mentors, yeah. My mentors have taught me pretty much like the business side of things. They taught me how to like search up like mood boards. They've taught me like I could be inspired by like looking at a lot of books, magazines, and stuff like that. But I also, I'm open to learning from a lot of things. I also watch a lot of YouTube videos, so I'm pretty much just a sponge when it comes to that.
Mostly self-taught. Yeah, like I never really took classes for anything really. Like I just, whatever I see, I try to like recreate it or try to figure out how it's done, and then impersonate it, like impersonating it to me. I don't know how to say that, but also I can say like I definitely used the internet, to Google a few things here and there once I really was just stuck on like how to go about certain things. But yeah, mostly it's like self-taught.
Okay, one thing I know now that I wish I knew back then was to just stay true to yourself and never change, and make sure you know exactly what you want to do, because when you're in the room with all of these huge creatives and people that you're working with, that you're able to brand yourself in a way and know exactly what you want to do. So then going forward, you make all these contacts and these connections, and it can help you, with all the outlets of whatever you want to pursue as your career.
Where do we start with that? I mean, money management, contracts. I think most importantly, just not being put in a box. I think in the beginning of, my career, people wanted me to just be one thing, photographer or DP, but allowing yourself to expand, allowing yourself to grow. If you want to switch industries, I think that's fine. If you started off as one thing and you want to expand into a different palette, I feel like that's important, being able to grow with your art. I think that in the beginning, I hope someone would have told me like, you don't have to stay here. Where you start, you don't have to stay. Like keep going, keep growing with your art.
Where I'm at in my life, I feel like I haven't even begun to begin, if that makes sense. Like there's so much I want to do, and there's so much I'm going to do. But when I started this journey, I would have to say, I would tell myself, stop doubting yourself, girl. Like, you got this shit, you poppin', you lit, you cute. That's it.
I think probably I wish I knew more patience. I think like I said, I sometimes I dive into things too much and without research. So I think if practice a little more patience, but overall that's how I learned. And it's been a slower process, but I think I fell in love with it.
I wish I knew to not ever be scared to ask. I feel like that was one thing that held me back, because I feel like as a model I wanted to like shoot with a lot of people, but I was just like always scared to ask them to like collab on shoots, because I felt like I was just so little. And like now that I look back at it, it's just like always ask, because the worst that could happen is just them telling you no.
A few things. I would say first would be to stay consistent. That's definitely one thing that I suffer from, I would say, because I never was consistent. Also is to be confident. And then that everything's gonna be fine at the end of the day. That's really what it is. So yeah, I'll tell myself that.